Man, he that beat a big cocaine, he ain't beat the case. He got the Holy Ghost. I turned on the radio there, he was. And then, I mean, he beaten that Bible to death. And he didn't even go to the penitentiary, I think, He come by the Masjid and he said, he was telling his friend, man, Hank got religion because he's trying to get the heat. So when one of the people, I said, if you accept Islam, you ain't getting no heat off of you. You driving into the furnace, you're sticking your head into the hottest furnace that they got. If you say La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. Anyway, let's kind of wrap up. But that's what we wanted to do. We wanted to get in our outline pattern. So when we move from stage to stage, we'll be kind of clear. So when we come next time, let's think about these 4 stages. I think everybody should have this printout. Environmental scanning, strategy formulation, strategy implementation, and evaluation and control. That means we don't have to talk about just one of them, but we'll move from there. Then this evaluation, how have we done? I think we've done a wonderful job. We really, for what we have, it's not, I'm telling you, I'm looking at everybody else in the world, and I'm looking at us. With what we have, it's wonderful. We done did a good job. If it was all over tomorrow, we've recorded enough, even if it's the old stuff. Now, Allah bless us to get through this new phase with all this new stuff that will be further extended than this old stuff. People haven't even got up with this stuff. They're not even up with this stuff yet, most of it. They're not even there. But they're going back. But we're not, remember, As-Sabiqun, they go out and they win the race. They go out ahead of everybody else. As-Sabiqun, it mentions nothing about you got to stop and you got to make them understand. No, you go out, you ringing all the bells, giving all the warnings, pointing at everything. And then when you done that job, you done gone somewhere else. But it's always ahead. Right? If everybody else is going backwards, that's their problem. It's comfortable back there. People are comfortable, they go back to Malcolm. If you leave them alone long enough, they'll go back to Martin. They go back to not only King, they go back to, some people way back in the old days? They'll be back with Booker T. Hey, man, they'll be back with Booker T. And who else was that? The talented tent now? The boys. Yeah. And they didn't like old Marcus Garvey. He was a big old black buffoon. They called him a buffoon. I said, the nigga got all them people and got all them polices on the ship putting all this, oh man, he did all right. He missed a few points when he went back to Jamaica. Then he went back to England. And he died in 1940. He read an article in the newspaper that said Marcus Garvey died. And he upped and died. See, no. That was where they was up on a lot of stuff. So we got to carry people. Hey, there ain't nobody, they're too afraid to try the boss man. They won't even try boss man. They're not adventurous. Drama, adventure, challenge. Hey, I don't need no adventure. I need a rest. Tell the truth. I want comfort. I want my retirement. This nigga 22 years old talking about, what is your retirement plan? Right? What is people going to think? Your retirement plan? Dog, brother, and what do the dumb police say? I don't want to lose my pension.
Just a question.
Yes.
Because you mentioned those personalities, but even then, you did have different personalities that were contemporaries that were at least seen, whether they were debating each other or, bouncing different perspectives on where they wanted black people to go.
Right.
It doesn't even seem like we have that, to where, it's just a thought where we have our perspective and our direction, but who is it that we can bounce,
No, we don't need to. If they're not there, evidently, see, As-Sabiqun, they go out and get the job done. Like, for instance, for that period, these As-Sabiquns, we did our job. That's pretty reasonable. You know what I mean? It's not too bad. I mean, okay, but that's what we were supposed to do. We were not charged, neither, if prophets and messengers ain't charged with it, we ain't charged with it. That we got to make everybody, do this and do that. Okay, so we have to evaluate the scanning environment. We do it all the time, and we have a reasonable feeling about what our contribution has been, and also how you're gonna be around that long. Really, so longevity, as King said, has its place. Longevity for us to be here. A lot of the things come. You don't get everything the first go round, or even the second or the third. You might look up and it's the 100th time you thought about it. Good visions, Good, it just, bam, you laying there and stuff been going around for the last 30 years and you wake up and there it is. Okay, we don't have to, we would run ourselves crazy trying to chase everybody down. And some people have bayah to somebody else, maybe in Philadelphia, and they not telling you, but every time you see them, they got a chief from Philadelphia. And you saying, well, maybe you go look in the mirror, like when I used to be dealing a lot. At first, I used to get mad at them Negroes. And then I say, what the heck? At that time, I didn't go to movies much or stuff like that. So I turned the Negroes into my entertainment. The Negroes come, yeah, I said, that is great. Here you go. I won't pay. You don't have to pay me back. That is great. They didn't know what I was doing. I said, nigga, that performance that you just gave, your glass fixing your pants, I said, that's star performance. But other people would get mad at them and they would kill them. People were setting niggas on fire. I said, man, I said, what? Nigga will be $50. I said, you burn up somebody for $50. You set him on fire. He wasn't respecting me. I said, the white man blow your head off to shut off 2 of your fingers and you ain't burn him up. you know. I said, that's what I thought. Yes, indeed, that's what I thought. You know. But anyway, if you can remember, we used to talk about have fun. Any coach after they done trained as hard as they can, he's okay now. Hey, just have fun. If you're having fun, the kids playing on them side of the, and if the winter had that 4 or 5 feet of snow, their hands is blue and they having fun. Me and you ain't going out there, that's why, because it's not fun. First of all, we don't want to slide down no hill because we might go too fast, hit a tree, and break our leg. We already know that. They don't care nothing about that, right? And the kids, I would just watch them, the ones used to be here, they would be blue, playing out there, and they get them cardboard things and slide down that hill way over there. They just be slide almost going in the street. I said, well, that's okay. And they would be cold, but they wouldn't be cold. I guess the body warmed up. Come, man, you better come in and warm up. I'm all right, Dad. I got it covered. I said, dog, you know. I guess that's when you get old, you have on all these sweatshirts and, you know, stuff like that. But anyway, are there any questions or comments? I think I'm really happy about this period. I'm happy with not only what we've done, but with our psychological and spiritual growth. You have to be, to do this with a certain amount of expertise, you have to have wiped out all the anger, guilt, meanness, you know, and getting rid of that is just, hey. And when you get rid of it, you can feel it. It's a load, you know. And they've gone through certain tests to prove that, oh, I know with that, that's gone, you know. Are there any more questions or comments?
You're evaluating your resources.
Yeah, you evaluate everything. Yeah.
Yeah, everything. I remember, we were talking 2 or 3 weeks ago. We were talking about reaching out to some people over on the West Coast that you knew.
Right.
We were talking about how to approach them and things like that. What is like your kind of code of conduct or the rules you use with evaluating the people that you know that to approach for resources that they have to do the things that you need to do, for the community and things like that,
Okay, code of conduct, you mean like, okay.
Which people, how do you evaluate whether you should approach someone for, zakat, basically?
Yeah, for aid and assistance? Yeah. Okay, when we go out on the West Coast, what we could do here, when we go out on the West Coast, what we're going to do, there's 2 main spots. We're going to hit everybody. But one is the big Shia spot out there. So we'll go out there the first week. We'll pass out DVDs. Then we'll come back the next Thursday, do a meal for zakat, sadaqah, whatever they want to do. They know us. They've been with us all this time. Something happened to them. Whatever it is, we're not going to go into that. We're going to just go into what will hopefully open them up. Okay, they know what's going on. They understand all of it. And remember, these are Iranians that have been here. They've been here, And when I used to go around giving speeches, they would give me a credit card, on one of them's name. But they know all I would do was get the car, you know what I mean? And I didn't even charge gas. I didn't charge for going around or anything. I just go around and things would develop. Okay. I remember one guy, he owned a big hardware business. He gave us money through somebody else to help us open our masjid, to buy it and to remodel it and everything. And some kind of way, the Iranians there had told him that they were going to refund some of it or something like that. And some kind of way they wouldn't do it. He asked me about it. I told him no. They didn't tell me nothing about this. It's okay. When we had fundraisers some years ago for our masjid in Sacramento, he gave thousands of dollars, and then later on, now that's what Abdul Malik